Have you seen at least one Disney movie in your life? Please your hand if you have. Let me tell you a true story about Walt Disney. He is the founder of the big company with Walt Disney. And this is a huge company in the industry. He created it because he encountered a moment in his life. So he had a goal. He wanted to achieve something. He wanted to create cartoon animation. So he worked for it. And he worked and he worked and he worked. But one day, guess what? He was fired from his workplace. But the reason is because his lack of creativity, if you can believe this. I cannot believe this. So what did he do then? He didn't give up and he focused on his goal. He started his own company, and now his company created more than 100 movies, and of course one that you already have seen. And for example, it created Snow White or more recent ones like Jungle Cruise or Cruella. And he was focused on his goal. Today we will speak about a model, so you can also be focused on your goal. Our agenda, we will talk about reasons and also effects of losing your focus, but also on a solution for this, for how to maintain your focus. For this, let me tell you about the problem. Well, people don't stick to their plan. They say that they are not motivated, or at least this is what they are saying. I can see at least two reasons for this problem. One is the wrong goal, because you can set your goal. But is it your own goal? Maybe is it your mother's goal? Is it your friend's goal? Is it the society's goal? You have to look at this. Or maybe the goal is the wrong one because it's too soon or it is too far away in your vision. Or the other reason for this can be like the bad mental condition or the physical one. Because if you are stressed, if you are tired, if you have so many worries on your mind, of course, the priority won't be to be focused on your goal, because you will be tired of this and you won't want to do this. And what are the effects for this? Well, you will lose time, you will procrastinate, you'll be also frustrated, and in the end, maybe you won't achieve your goal. But I think this is enough with the problem. Let's go now to the solution. This is a model and it has 3 steps. The first one is to have yourself and to see the self-evaluation. First, you need to look inside and at yourself. Look into your heart. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve in your life? You have 24 hours a day and you have so many days. So what do you want to do with these days? And also for what? So think and then answer. What are your goals? Then, after you put your goals, you have to divide the goal. So you choose one goal and divide it into steps, into smaller steps. And let's have an example. Imagine your best friend. And your best friend has 2 goals. Let's say, this is an example. One goal is to open another restaurant, because he or she already has a restaurant in your city. And the other goal is to travel the world. Let's see, he or she wants to see 50 countries. And he or she chose the first goal. So, she wants to open a restaurant. For this is a good goal, of course. You need to divide the goal into smaller steps. So for the next step, for example, the first step, you need to think of the location of the restaurant. It can be done in the same city or maybe in another city, or why not go international and open the restaurant in another country. This can be a step. Then you can go to the next step where you think of the legal requirements for that. Another step can be to see and look for the furniture, because, of course, you need to buy furniture for your restaurant. Then to hire people for the restaurant, and then maybe discuss the menu with the chefs, and you can give some insights and come up with some ideas. And then, of course, you can promote your restaurant in the city. Good, so these are steps. And what do you want to do with each step? Of course, to create an action plan. So you need to think of deadlines, also some resources. Do you need human resources, financial resources, technological resources? So think of this action plan for the goals you set up. After you have the goal, after you have divided the goal into smaller steps, you need to maintain your focus for this. So what will you do for this? You have to maintain the focus. And how? You will need to be motivated, But motivation comes from inside, from within. So other people won't motivate you, or at least not for the long period. Of course, maybe for some hours, for a few days, or for a few weeks, but the true motivation is for the long term. So you will see maybe on YouTube or a TED Talk about some inspirational movie, but it's you who will move with that emotion. So you are the only one who can move and to go further to achieve your goal. I like to connect the motivation with the feelings and emotions, because we have emotion, right? So emotion. When you feel something, you will move for it. So you are responsible for your own life. So we had 3 steps for this model, right? What this problem is solving? Like, the model solves what? You have now a clear plan, you have an action plan for each step for the goal, and also you know how to be motivated, because it comes from inside. These are the lessons learned. Next, these are some further readings, so check them out and see how you can maintain your focus and what are your goals also. So as Walt Disney said, it's kind of fun to do the impossible, so will you? Thank you.